conference. Warren Harding may have the best talent of any area team. However, the Raiders are trying to put the pieces back together after the sudden passing of head coach Frank Buba.
Every day it seems we get a little bit better. We're a little bit more focused, not quite as emotional when something doesn't quite go our way.
Boardman has been in several close games this season, which has made them tournament ready. Led by junior Matt Marks, the Spartans are very excited about the future.
A lot of people wrote us off. We weren't in anybody's book coming off last year's team, and I think they've gotten better. I think they're a very close group, and I think if you watch this play, they just love to compete.
It's the SVC on Fox 1762 next. 5 for the Spartans, and again, they are a very good-looking team, not only for the rest of the season, but next year as well. For the Harding Raiders, this is a team at the start of the season felt they could reach Columbus. Mikey Phillips and Danny Stella will start along with Prescott Burgess, Ethan Banks, and Shelby Chaney, and the Raiders control the opening tap.
Boardman coming out in a 1-2-2 zone. Looks like kind of a matchup.
A little different than the first game. They tried to press, and that's Prescott Burgess coming up short, and Ethan Banks unable to control the rebound, so Boardman will control for the first time tonight. We've played 15 seconds of the first quarter.
Well, here comes the press by Warren. Just a little light pressure.
Boardman comes in averaging 62.5 points a game. That's third in the conference. Raiders defensively yielding just over 58 points a game. That's third in the SVC.
Harding with a man-to-man, and Boardman counters us with the straight kind of mover-blocker type offense.
Yeah, the pass down low, grabbed by Finnemore on the baseline, and he drops it in for his first two. So an errant pass winds in for the first 2 points of the game in favor of the Spartans.
I tell you, if Boardman's going to stay in the zone, look for a lot of offensive rebounds, because the hardest part about a zone is trying to box out and block out.
The Raiders in the home gold. Pass down low to Shelby Chaney, but he threw it over the basket, and the rebound to D'Onofrio of Boardman. Pass down low intended for Jay Davis, but kicked away, so the Spartans will inbound from the baseline. We played just over 1 minute of the first quarter. Marks takes the inbounds pass. Head coach Dan Gorski's asked him to do a lot, and he has responded his junior year. Marks leading the team in scoring and rebounding.
Boardman running a nice motion here. They got a lot of very good spacing, and they're continuously moving.
D'Onofrio, 13-footers off the mark. Shelby Chaney watches the ball go out of bounds, and the Raiders control. Raiders having come into this game averaging 71 points a game. That's tops in the conference, yet they've gone a minute and a half without a point. Banks on the baseline, shut off by Marks. Banks fakes the three. Burgess on the baseline. That won't go. Rebound to Chaney, and he put it back in. Shelby Chaney comes in averaging almost 10 points a game, and he has even the count at 2.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about before. You got a box that's hard to box out on, running a zone. Harding did well there because they got it to the short corner, and that's where you can make plays against the zone.
Marks, 18-footer, finds the mark.
Tough shot. Had a man right in his face.
6'4" juniors put Boardman back out on top. Banks for three. Bullseye. Ethan Banks with his 12th three-pointer of the year. Warren Harding now with 54 as a team, and they've got their first lead of the night at 5-4.
It's a nice shot. Good skip pass. I like Boardman's patience here. They're not trying to rush anything. They're letting the game come to them.
Well, a nice pass down low to Jay Davis, except his shot is short, and the rebound to Prescott Burgess.
Those are bunnies that you got to make.
Raiders trying to press the action. Shelby Chaney misses. Rebound to Marks of Boardman. You can see the tempo. Both teams fighting for control early, Craig.
Yep.
D'Onofrio in the corner. Baldwin drives. Runner won't fall. Rebound to Shelby Chaney, the transfer from LeBray.
So that was a nice quick move down there, though.
Banks again. This one hard off the back of the rim. Finnemore had it, lost the ball. Mikey Phillips cannot control. Instead, Danny Stella will run it down for Harding in the backcourt. 4:20 to go in the period. Foul down low. Prescott Burgess grabbed the pass, and then Mike Finnemore grabbed him.
It's a nice passer. What Harding's trying to do is have their 2 post players.
Tonight. Stella down low to Burgess, left open. You can't leave him open. Burgess with his first 2 of the night, and the Raiders have a 3-point advantage.
Nice play. This is what I'm talking about. You get it to the high post or the short corner. You make stuff happen against the zone.
Finnemore driving against Banks, and that leaves Baldwin open. And the jumper bounces across the basket, and then Danny Stella knocked the ball out of bounds, so Boardman controls.
Tell you, it's a second basket that just rolled around up there.
And Boardman's close. Ball just not falling early. Inbounds pass. Nice move by Baldwin. This one falls off the front of the rim. Lead pass down the floor to Danny Stella, and he missed the layup, but Ronnie Angel is there to push it back in.
Good hustle.
So Angel off the bench, and right now Warren Harding in the midst of a 7-point run, and the Raiders have their largest advantage of the first quarter. Ball knocked away and stolen by Prescott Burgess. Bounce pass, Mikey Phillips. Shot blocked, however, by D'Onofrio. It will go out of bounds, and Warren will control, and they'll make a pair of substitutions. Shelby Chaney back into the game, replacing Ethan Banks. Tyson Rowland checking in for the Raiders for the first time tonight, and Mikey Phillips will sit down. In the meantime, Boardman has called a timeout. 3:24 to go in the opening period, and Warren Harding right now leading 9-4, having scored the last 7 points in a row. And Greg, a good timeout taken by Dan Gorski to slow that pace down. Danny Stella's pass broken up and stolen by Mike D'Onofrio of Boardman. Finnemore open for
Wide
3.
open.
That one bounced across the rim to Shelby Chaney, and then he had it knocked from his possession by Jay Davis, but the Raiders still control. 3:12 to go in the period.
Nice ball movement here by Harding. The big guys down low really got to move. They can't stand.
Angel penetrates, pull-up jumper, rolls out. The rim's unkind so far. Eric Baldwin with the rebound for Boardman.
Looks like there's like a lid on there tonight.
2.5 to go in the opening period.
Nice pass.
Oh, and Marks is wide open, and he missed the shot. You won't see that too often. And then Jay Davis, off the miss, has his shot blocked out of bounds. And substitutions by both teams. Ethan Banks and Mikey Phillips in for Warren Harding. Checking in for Boardman, Nick Stefanovic, who had a great game against Fitch last week. Also coming in, Brian Weiser, who's a great role player for the Spartans. And Boardman controls. Inbounds pass to Weiser, the 5'9 senior. Finnemore in the lane, fade away. Nope, they called him for traveling. That's where the presence of Shelby Chaney makes the difference. The big guy down low for Warren Harding forced Finnemore to fall away and altered the shot, forcing the traveling.
Yep, he's going to get his shot blocks, but more than that, he's going to alter a lot of shots. He's a presence down there. They're always thinking about him when they're putting up a shot.
Something Warren Harding has lacked over the years, a big man down low.
So having a big man makes defense a lot more easier.
There's Shelby Chaney. Out to Mikey Phillips for 3. That one rims out. Rebound to Matt Marks of Boardman. Inside of 2 minutes to go in the first period. Out front, Marks for 3, bullseye.
Nice shot by Marks there. He was real confident. As you could tell, right when he grabbed that pass, he was going right up into it.
He's a
Good
nice
confident
player.
shot.
19th three-pointer of the year for Marks. He has 5 points in the game, and just a great all-around effort he has given Boardman this year.
I was talking about the runs before. It looks like Boardman weathered the first storm.
Angel on the baseline. Pass intended for Phillips goes out of bounds. The officials rule that Phillips touched it last, so Boardman controls, and they'll go back to the bench. Brad Beck will come in, a 5'8 sophomore, his first tour of duty. Baldwin sits down. D'Onofrio comes back in, and Finnemore will get a breather for the Spartans. 1:21 to go in the period. Boardman trying to tie on this possession. Pass by Marks, too tall for Weiser. It sails over his head and out of bounds. So an unfortunate turnover by the Spartans.
It's good
And
pressure
that's their
there.
4th of the period. Ronnie Angel had the ball momentarily. Now has it again.
Here comes short corner. Got it right there.
Inside of a minute, Cheney from the baseline popped it right in. Shelby Cheney with 4 points in the quarter.
Cheney put himself in great position there to get the short corner wide open.
Marks for 3, off the mark. Rebound on the floor, grabbed by Brad Beck to Stefanovic, and Boardman controls with less than 30 seconds to go in the period. Looks as if Boardman may want to work for the last shot of the period with 15 seconds to go.
Yep.
Weiser
That
to
one
D'Onofrio.
took to the hoop.
10 seconds, D'Onofrio nearly stepped out of bounds. 5 seconds to go. Out front, Beck for 3. Off the back of the rim. Ball pushed back up by Weiser and in at the buzzer.
That's huge.
Brian Weiser, averaging about 3.5 points a game, gets the last basket of the first quarter, and Boardman to within 2. Warren Harding has an 11-9 advantage. Here's a look at the last basket of the first quarter. Boardman, as you said, Craig, weathered the storm. Warren Harding in the midst of that opening period on a 7-0 run, but Boardman comes back scoring 4 of the last 6 points, and thanks to Brian Weiser's pushing at the buzzer, it's a 2-point difference.
I'm glad to see that Boardman has a real short memory, because losing by 25 sometimes it would be hard coming out against another team, but gotta like that. Gotta like the character of these kids.
And the Spartans get the ball to start the quarter, looking to tie. We've been tied once so far. That was at 2 after Boardman scored the first basket of the game.
And so far, Boardman has won the tempo of the game.
Pass down low to Stefanovic. Finally controls, backing in on Burgess, threw the ball over the hoop, and the rebound to the Raiders, Mikey Phillips.
Big fellow, just got to get square to the hoop. Take your time, get square to the hoop. Now Boardman going into a 2-3 zone with the big fella in.
Tyson Rowland, son of the interim coach Gary Rowland at Warren Harding. 7:10 to go in the first half. Raiders very patient. And Danny Stella tripped up, but he traveled with the ball. And that'll turn it over. Raiders' 3rd error of the first half.
Harding into a 1-2-1-1 press here, a little diamond press. Looking to really trap.
Baldwin takes it into the forecourt for the Spartans. Finnemore left open for 3. Nope. Rebound to Stefanovic. Again, the big guy missed, and then he went over the back to commit the foul. Stefanovic, a 6'9 senior, averaging 7 points and 4.5 rebounds a game. As I'd mentioned, he had 11 against Fitch the other night in Boardman's most recent outing, and at that size, they're going to need his presence down low to make a difference against Shelby Cheney.
I like to see that he's playing hard. He went to the board hards there. He didn't put down his head, even though he missed that shot.
Only the 2nd foul committed by either team tonight. The first against Stefanovic, the 2nd against the Spartans as a group. Banks passed down low to Burgess, who popped it in off the glass. And Prescott Burgess now with 4 points after coming in averaging 12.5 game.
It's a nice pass.
Stefanovic this time converts. He got back quickly enough to score. And Boardman cuts their deficit back down to 2.
Hey, if they're going to press you, got to score off it. I like how Harding's really working with the 2 post guys. They're really working partner.
And you may not see a better post player down low than Prescott Burgess. Just a very versatile basketball player. Stella for 3. Missed it, and Stefanovic with the rebound.
I like how Harding's so unselfish. I mean, I haven't seen one guy so far even force a shot for him.
Stefanovic down low, got by Shelby Cheney and scores again.
Nice cut.
And he has tied the game at 13. Banks, open, missed it. Rebound Stefanovic, and all of a sudden the big guy coming to play for Boardman. He has made a difference in the second quarter. Lob down low from Davis, intended for Stefanovic, but he never got there, and the ball goes out of bounds. 5:24 to go in the period. Game even at 13. We were earlier tied at 2.
What you saw right there is, you know, on a good defensive team that Harding is, it's really hard to enter the post on the first pass. Gonna have to reverse it a couple of times around. Up top first before you try to get it down low.
Cheney from the foul line, shot blocked by Baldwin. And D'Onofrio picks it up for Boardman.
Got numbers, 4-on-2.
Fade away, nope. Rebound to Cheney of Harding.
Could have used a better shot there, 4-on-2.
Burgess off the baseline. Nice easy touch, but he missed it. And D'Onofrio grabs the boards for the Spartans.
Nobody's guarding him.
And there he is, D'Onofrio for 3, too long. Rebound Burgess. Raiders control, game tied, and now a timeout on the floor taken by Gary Rowland of Warren Harding. Stopping play with 4:35 to go in period number 2. We'll step aside from the field house as we continue with our coverage of high school basketball here on Fox 1762. So it's all even at 13. As we had mentioned in the pregame show, the second go-around will probably not mirror the first matchup, which Warren Harding won by 25. And it's primarily because Boardman's defense is different, not pressing as much. Burgess in the lane, dropped it right in.
Nice shot. Harding continually to get it into the high post in the short corner.
He had a 9-point game on Saturday against Warren Kennedy. He's got 6 points tonight. Burgess with the interception. Easy to see why he's a top defensive back in the state as well on football.
Yeah, he's not a big kid or anything.
Banks for 3. Bounces across the basket. Mikey Phillips cannot control the rebound, and it goes out of play, and Boardman has it. Marks takes the errant pass into the lane and dropped in the 18-footer.
Marks is smooth, real smooth.
7
Set himself
points.
good.
Guess what? Tied again.
Boardman back to the 1-2-2 press. Half-court trap.
Angel for 3. Sails across the basket. Phillips has the ball and then is fouled. Mike Finnemore thought that he had gotten the jump ball, but it looks as if Finnemore will get the foul.
They're lucky they didn't get a foul on that three-pointer because I thought he hit his hand when he left that shot.
No, they're going to give the foul to Jay Davis. That's his first, team's third. Mike Phillips will go to the line. Here's a look at that again, Craig.
He just wanted more. Went up right in between 3 Boardman defenders.
Yeah, Finnemore may have the ball, but Davis got the foul. And Mike Phillips misses the charity toss, a 64% free throw shooter on the season. Warren Harding, as a team, second in the conference, making just under 70% of their free throws. Phillips averaging over 8 points a game this season for the Raiders. Splits the pair for his first point of the game.
Harding staying with the trap.
Forces a bad pass. Finnemore cannot control it, and the ball goes out of bounds, and the Raiders take over.
Trap's been working well for him. Just coming off the top of my head, I think that's 3 turnovers that they caused already.
3:10 to go in the half. Phillips penetrates, throws up the runner, and threw it in.
Tough shot. He hit that right over the 6'9".
Raiders lead now expanded to 3 as Phillips has 3.
Oh, nice ball fake there. Had the defense moving.
Marks had the ball knocked away by Ethan Banks, but a foul called.
Just had his elbow out a little bit too far.
Yeah, and the foul's against Matt Marks offensively. Spartans with 4 fouls as a team. The Raiders, no fouls as of yet.
I don't see that much.
No, especially when you play that type of defense where you're pressing and trapping. Banks pull-up jumper, perfect. And the Raiders now starting to hit a rhythm offensively.
Here they go on the run again. This is where Boardman's got to weather this storm again if they want to stay in it.
Harding has scored the last 5 points of the game.
Run some good offense. Harding coming out with a 1-3-1 trap.
Marks missed the 3. Rebound chased down by Phillips. Pulls up, missed. Stefanovic with the big rebound defensively for Boardman.
Good hustle by the big fella. To
2:05.
reverse it, wide open in the corner. Nice skip.
Baldwin for three, bullseye.
Nice skip.
Eric Baldwin's 14th three of the year, the second tonight by the Spartans. For Baldwin, his first basket of the game. And now the Spartans come up with the takeaway. Matt Marks clears to Baldwin.
Can't tell these teams want it tonight. They had 4 guys on the floor there.
Shot blocked by Danny Stella. And Harding out on the floor. Phillips fouled inside. That's the Raiders' game. Get them out on the open floor and start to run.
They're good in the open court.
Finnemore, the 5'9" senior for the Spartans, now with 2 personal fouls. Boardman with 5 and a minute 34 left in the half.
One thing I can tell when Harding runs the floor too, they always seem to make the right decisions too. They're not trying to force it. They make the extra pass.
Pass that time goes awry, intended for Tyson Rowland. Boardman gets the ball back. Raiders have now committed 7 miscues here in the half. Marks for 3. Bullseye. That's his second of the game. Gives him 20 on the year. Boardman came in hitting 36% from outside the arc.
Can't leave Marks open. Good
No, you
spot up
can't.
shooter.
And Boardman has the lead. And now Stefanovic, actually Marks with the interception.
Doing a little both for Marks, playing a little D.
50 seconds to go in the half. And Craig, again, you're right. Boardman has weathered the storm. Harding went on a 5-point run. Boardman has answered that, having scored the last 6 points on a pair of threes, one by Baldwin, the most recent by Matt Marks. And they've got the lead back.
Ooh.
D'Onofrio had the ball knocked loose.
I'll hold it for one shot here.
Pass to Baldwin. Nice no-look dish to Stefanovic. Shelby blocked his
Get
shot.
it out, get it out. Run some time, get it
25
out.
seconds. Dish down low to Stefanovic. Over. Burgess missed the shot. Got his own miss. And then the big guy got fouled from behind. Spartans as a team hitting just over 69% of their free throws. And here's Stefanovic finally grabbing control of the ball, Craig.
I tell you what, Harding, you got to go up strong with that underneath the hoop, or else you're going to get that swatted.
He dropped them in. Both free throws credited to Nick Stefanovic. He's got 6 points in the half.
Now, one thing Boardman does not want to do here is foul.
18 seconds left. Spartans right now on an 8-0 run. 8 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Stella to Phillips for 3 and the tie. It's short and air ball. And the half is over, and Boardman has responded, taking a 3-point lead into the locker room. At the break, it's Boardman 23, Warren Harding 20. If you got to award the first half to someone, the Spartans played the tempo to their liking, Craig.
Yes, it did, like we're talking about in the pregame.
They've
It's a
got
tempo.
the lead. We'll talk more about that as we come back with our halftime festivities. You're watching the high school basketball game of the week on Fox 1762. Got Burgess, who had a 4-point second quarter. He's right now at half of his per-game average. Look at Jay Davis and Marks, their original 5. Raiders go down low to Burgess. Turns inside, can't get it to fall. Rebound, controlled by Banks, and he dropped in the garbage.
Gotta get those rebounds. Watch for a big push here from Hardy coming out the half. I'm sure they haven't been used to being down at halftime a lot this year.
And he came in with an overall mark of 13 and 3. Davis penetrates and finally gets one to spin through.
Tough shot.
And that for Davis, his first basket of the night, averaging almost 4.5 a game. Pass goes off the mark. Baldwin leads it down the floor to D'Onofrio, flipped it back to Finnemore. Baldwin left alone for 3. In and out. Shelby Chaney took it right away from Mike D'Onofrio. Phillips for three and the tie. Bounces across the basket. Rebound to Finnemore of Boardman.
Hardy coming out a lot more aggressive this half, really trying to attack that zone.
Matt Marks has the shot blocked by Prescott Burgess. Spartans control.
You know, one thing is being a spot-up shooter, you're going to get that from time to time.
How about the hops on Burgess?
I tell you, he's a man. He's
there's
a
a
man
good
among
look at the
boys out
junior.
there.
Finnemore for three. Bullseye. Mike Finnemore's 19th bomb of the year. He's got 5 points in the game. And Boardman with their largest advantage of the night.
Got to get a hand up.
Banks goes right to the basket. He's got 9 in the game now.
Not very good defense right there. I saw a lot of bullfighters there, a lot of olays. Got to get that help from the inside and outside. Nice curl screen.
Pass down low to Jay Davis. Forced it up and forced it over the basket. Ethan Banks controls for Harding.
Tell you, Davis, if he's going to force that shot, he's really going to jump into it, guy, trying to get a foul.
And Banks again, now with 11. He has scored all 6 points for the Raiders in the quarter. 6 minutes to go in period number 3.
Here it comes on the corner.
Finnemore drives baseline. Won't get that to fall. D'Onofrio's putback is good.
Nice double screen on the corner there.
That for D'Onofrio, his first 2 of the game. Burgess fadeaway, 6-footer's good.
Nice little touch.
Back to a 2-point difference. Baldwin left open from the baseline, bounces across the rim to Burgess. Harding looks to run, and Eric Baldwin forced a traveling violation. Mike Phillips expected to be fouled, instead shuffled his feet and turned it over. Now, if you'd like to order a copy of tonight's game on VHS, all you have to do to place your order is call the station at 330-782-1144 during business hours, or log on to our websites. Finnemore for 3. This one won't go. Rebound, Prescott Burgess.
Here they come running.
Lob to Banks. He has the hot hand just inside the 3-point line. His shot is short. Ball on the floor, picked up by Mike Phillips of the Raiders. Spins into the lane and drops it in. And the game is tied at 30.
Tough shot by Phillips there. Got it to the lane, got a little spin away from his defender, put it up. Nice touch.
4th time we've been tied tonight. Pass from Weiser, intended for Davis, stolen away by Phillips, and now a foul has occurred in the backcourt.
Wasn't all that bad of a foul there, though. They had a 3-on-1 break. One thing, like I said before in the first half, you cannot try to force it into the post on one pass or without any passes. Just too hard. They're too good of defensive teams here tonight.
Brian Weiser, a 5'9" senior for Boardman, collects the foul. His first, Spartans first. 4.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Harding looking to regain the lead. They have not led in the second half. Phillips goes right to the hole and scores. He's got 7 points, and the Raiders have now scored 6 straight to take the lead back at 32-30. Here comes the run, Craig.
Nice slip.
Nice job. Mike Finnemore answers.
Good basketball there. That's what I like to see. That's how basketball should be played.
Burgess down low, finds Cheney open, who dropped it in. Cheney's first basket since the first quarter. And Warren Harding has regained the lead. .340 to go in the period. Weiser, bumped by Stella and fouled. Danny Stella called for blocking. He's been quiet tonight. The 6'1" junior averaging 12 points for Warren Harding this year. He is scoreless thus far. And each team now with a foul apiece. 3:36 to go in the quarter. We've been tied twice, 5 times overall tonight. These two teams have been even, but right now Warren Harding has a 2-point advantage.
See what Boardman does now. Last time they had out of bounds underneath, they worked it around for a 3-point shooter for the inbounder.
Well, they went to Marks, who had the open look but missed the shot. And Nick Stevanovic knocked the ball out of play, so Warren will control.
Seemed like Harding thought the same thing I did, so they went to a 1-3-1 zone there. Boardman out switching with the big fella into a 2-3 zone instead of the 1-2-2.
That's Ronnie Angel, who's checked in. Pushed it out to Tyson Rowland. Rowland had the ball knocked away from behind, but it goes to Angel. .305 to go. Rowland Saturday night against Kennedy at 7 points. The drive by Phillips off the mark, and the tap is good by Prescott Burgess.
Tough tap by Burgess there. He jumped from the other side of the hoop to come and tap that one in.
How's that for athleticism? Burgess now in double figures. No look pass by Fenimore, stolen by Shelby Chaney. Phillips in the lane, dish to Angel, foul occurred. Now the Raiders picking up the tempo. They have scored 16 points in this quarter. That's almost as many as they had in the first 2 quarters combined.
You know what's helping them out is Boardman is not being as patient as they were in the first half.
And Dan Gorski saw that, so the Boardman head coach takes a timeout. 2:42 to go in the third quarter. Warren Harding holding on to a 4-point lead. We'll come back with more coverage of high school basketball here on Fox 1762.
Fox 7.
Raiders in the midst of a 10-2 run over the Spartans, and that's why Harding has the lead of 36-32, and they have the ball.
You can just see the tempo switching here.
Yep.
Instead from a slow pace, he's getting to a fast pace. Boardman's got to slow it down.
Spartans with a good defensive stop that time to get the ball away from Ron Angel. Brad Beck, shot blocked by Shelby Chaney and grabbed by Tyson Rowland. And he is then fouled by Brian Weiser.
Boardman's starting to lose their minds. Got to start taking good shots. They're jump shooters.
Weiser's second personal foul of the game, but only their second as a team here in the quarter. No, what are they're calling a foul on Harding, or are they just turning the ball over? I think they just turned the ball over.
I don't know what happened there.
And now Beck turns it over. Chaney leads it down the floor to Danny Stella. He is fouled by Stefanovic. Basket won't go, and this foul will indeed go against the Spartans, Nick Stefanovic. What happened on that last transaction? I'd have swore it was a foul as Rowland was interrupted on his progress up the floor.
To tell you the truth, I have no clue.
Wow. Stella at the line, a 64% free throw shooter, and he nets his first point of the game.
I know one thing, Harding's on those long runs that I talked about beforehand that Boardman can't let him do it. They're starting to panic a little bit.
Yeah, the officials want to get things squared away with the scorers table. The foul was on 5-0. They had initially put up 0-5, so they just want to flip that around. That was the break there. Danny Stella, second on the team in scoring this year. Trying to get off the schneid here. He had 11 points last Saturday in the win against crosstown rival Warren Kennedy. Stella hits them both. First 2 free throws attempted by either team in the second half, and Harding almost comes up with the takeaway, but Shelby Chaney dropped the ball out of play. .210 left in the third quarter.
They're in that diamond press. Boardman scored off in the first half. Really have to try to get in the middle because they're going to try to trap the corners. And at half court.
Baldwin being harassed in the backcourt. Foul against Danny Stella of Warren Harding.
I think that was a good call. He moved right in him. He tried getting some Hollywood there. He was moving.
And the fans not at all happy with the officiating crew right now. Exactly 2 minutes left in the quarter. Harding's up by 6. That's their biggest lead of the night, eclipsing their 5-point lead of 9-4 back in the first quarter.
Really extended it here to a 1-3-1 half-court trap.
Raiders also led by 5 in the second quarter at 20-15.
See if they can hit Marks here for a jumper.
Pass intended for Marks, but tipped out of play by the Raiders.
Boardman really needs a hoop here, or else this could get ugly.
Davis misses, and Prescott Burgess controls for Harding.
Here they come.
Big third quarter for the Raiders. Angel for 3. Around and out. Burgess tapped it in. How do you like that? That was worth the price of admission. And another timeout taken by Boardman because Dan Gorski can feel it slipping away. Harding right now in the midst of an 8-0 run. They have scored 14 of the last 16 points, and Harding leading convincingly now 40-32 here at the Fieldhouse. Angel for 3, but watch the tap.
Get up, big fella.
Oh my. 6'4" junior Prescott Burgess leads the team in scoring and rebounding this year.
Doesn't take much to know that this kid's got a real good future ahead of him.
Well, next up for Boardman, they'll stay in the Steel Valley Conference. Next Tuesday, they will play Ursuline at home. For the Raiders, they head to Austintown to meet up against Fitch on Tuesday night in a crucial Steel Valley Conference game. .120 to go. Jay Davis off the inbounds pass is fouled by Ethan Banks. That's his first. Third foul against the Raiders as a team. They have only 4 fouls overall in the entire game. 1:15 to play in the period. Ball taken away. Ethan Banks then slid to a stop, and he's called for traveling. He picked the pocket of Eric Baldwin and then gave it right back. Look at Gary Rowland. How do you call that? Good call. He did slide to a stop. Yeah, I think that's a good call.
He had possession. Yep. Then he looked and he moved. He rolled over a little bit. That's a good call.
Yeah.
1-3-1. They really need to get somebody in the middle. Hit it to the middle, then hit a wing.
Stefanovic's right there.
Right here. Now hit a wing. Yep.
They found Baldwin.
Got him baseline.
Davis. Stefanovic down low, muscles up a shot over the basket. Rebound control by Finnemore, and he missed. Then Stefanovic grabbed the ball on the baseline, and Harding controls with 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Raiders have scored as many points in this period as they did in the entire first half.
They now got the tempo in their favor.
30 seconds to go in period 3. Raiders trying to push the advantage up to double digits for the first time tonight. And in this third quarter, you see flashes of what the Raiders were able to achieve this year when they were 11-1 prior to the sad death of head coach Frank Buba. Banks had the ball knocked away from behind, and Marks controls for Boardman. 3 seconds to go. He'll just hang on to the ball and close out the period. 8 minutes left from the Harding Fieldhouse, and right now the host Raiders lead Boardman 40-32. You're watching our high school basketball game of the week on Fox 1762.
8.
Let's hope not. I hope. Well, Boardman will need a big basket right here. They were outscored 20-9 in the third quarter.
Harding's going to stay in their 1-3-1 trap. Still got to penetrate it a little bit. There's a lot of big gaps.
Pass down low to Davis, finds himself open, but missed the shot. Rushed it just a bit. And it's down the floor to Still. A nice touch pass to Ethan Banks, who lays it in. Banks with 13, Harding up by 10 now.
Fun basketball to watch. Good, smart decisions.
Harding has scored the last 10 points in a row, dating back to the third quarter. Davis has the shot swatted away by Burgess. Stella for 3. Nope. Rebound D'Onofrio of the Spartans gives the Matt Marks. We've played a minute of the fourth quarter.
See if they can get Marks open for a jumper.
Finnemore, bullseye. Big basket by Finnemore.
It's huge. That's what they needed.
That puts him in double figures with 10. And you're exactly right. That's a shot in the arm for the Spartans.
Yep. If they get a stop here and get a hoop, we got a ball game.
Finnemore has now tied marks for team high honors from beyond the arc this year, each guy with 20 3-pointers to their credit. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Pass across the floor, grabbed by Angel, dished inside to Burgess, who could not control it, and Boardman takes over.
Well, let's see what Harding does here. If they go full court, stick with the half court. Seems like they're going to full court.
Baldwin finds D'Onofrio in the circle. Then the pass intercepted by Prescott Burgess. Stella working inside, hook shot goes. His first fielder of the game, Stella with 4 points in the lead now at 44-35.
Tough shot for Stella. He really used his body well there.
Marks, he needed that. Marks had not scored since halftime. He now has 12 points in the game. Ron Angel comes in and drops in his first fielder of the second half. And a timeout called by Boardman. 5:31 to go in the game. Just when the Spartans thought maybe they could start to gain some control, Warren Harding answers the call. Well, listen to your rated 3, and Cheney always tough team out of the City Series. There's a couple of games in Western PA that we're also looking at, so you'll have to tune in next week to find out where we'll be. But we're getting down to the stretch run. We've got 2 Friday nights left in the regular season, and then we head to the tournament.
I can just smell tournament time coming up. Best time of year, March Madness. So Boardman will have possession. Spartans this year on the road, 4-4.
And it's tough to win in Warren. The Raiders have won 6 of 7 here on their own home hardwood, losing only to George Junior Republic.
George Jr.'s got a really good ball club, too.
Yeah, that's nothing to be ashamed of to lose to JGR.
Nope.
Baldwin dribbling, fouled by Mike Phillips. Phillips first. Raiders now with 4. And you talk about GJR, they've got that big game coming up against Akron St. V's at Beagley on the 17th of this month.
Oh, that game's going to be awesome.
Oh, already sold out.
Beagley is going to be rocking.
D'Onofrio drives, had the ball knocked loose by Angel and out of play.
You know, I never seen LeBron James play yet either.
Oh, you're in for a treat if you get a chance to see him. He is the real deal. Inbounds pass to Jay Davis.
Ooh, I thought he dribbled once.
I think the fans felt that way too. Nonetheless, Mike Phillips with the ball for Harding. Inside of 5 minutes left in the game.
Harding having good patience here.
Burgess drives baseline, goes right to the hole and scores. Game high honors for Burgess, now with 14.
You know, when Burgess goes to the hoop, he kind of makes his own room when he goes to the hoop.
Big basket by Mike Finnemore.
Boardman just doesn't want to go away.
He's had a good fourth quarter. Keeping the Spartans close.
Yep.
You like that call, huh?
Yep, he's out
Charging?
of control. That's a cardinal sin out there, young players, especially point guards. Never pass, never leave your feet before you're passing, because you're always out of control.
So the foul against Mike Phillips is second individually. Raiders now with 5 as a team. Marks, 3, short. Thought he was fouled. Rebound to Ron Angel.
Either had a piece of his arm or a piece of ball or something, but I'm sure he had a piece of ball because the ref was right over there in the corner.
It's good to see you're diplomatic about the officiating. I like that. 3:45 left in the game.
Hey, they're human too. Tell you, I wouldn't want their job. I ain't gonna lie.
And you've got a 3-man crew, which is the way most schools are going nowadays. Banks drives. Nice dish to Phillips, wide open for the score. Lead back to 11 for Harding. Finnemore with a nice drive, trying to push the issue. Fouled by Ethan Banks. For Banks, his second. Raiders now just one foul away from going over the limit. And if Boardman can get to the line, they might be able to make some hay. They're third in the conference in free throw shooting. Finnemore for 3. Bounces across the basket. Rebound to Stella of Harding. 3:05 to go. That's Angel. That's Heavenly.
Tempo, tempo, tempo.
Angel with 6. He's been averaging 8 a game for Harding. Davis turning on Burgess. Nice move, missed the shot. And then the junior for Harding controls the boards.
When Burgess grabs a rebound, he grabs a rebound.
Stella right to the basket. Put it up and in through the foul. Harding now finding their groove. And again, I hearken back to what happened to this program when they had the unfortunate adversity of losing their head coach. Frank Kuba passed away due to pneumonia, which was brought on by cystic fibrosis, and now this is the way the team looked prior to his passing. Here's a look at Stella, who did not score in the first half, but he's got himself 6 since the break.
Stella got his groove back. No, and I never watched that movie either.
He completes the 3-point play. And Harding now leading by 16. Cut that to 14.
Not much defense being played now.
Stella out of the corner for 3. Oh, rebound easily controlled by Burgess. 2:15 to go. Angel goes right to the hole and threw it in off the basket. He must have called bank on that because he used the glass. Finnemore, 3, good. He's got 15 points in the game. That's
Can't
a
leave
senior
shooters
for you.
open. Here they go. One thing about Harding, they all can take it to the hoop. They're all a danger to go to the hoop. You don't see that much in high school basketball where all 5 players are a danger to score and take it to the hoop and create for others.
Harding's got 17 points in this quarter, and they're starting to distribute the ball a lot better here in the second half. There's a look at Angel's drive. 1:48 left in the game. Angel with a 6-point fourth quarter.
Tell you what, this game has been a lot closer than the score has it right now.
Yep. Stella on the baseline. Angel open. Perfect. How about Ron Angel in the fourth quarter? He's now in double figures with 10. Finnemore again, wide open. Can't get the bounce. Davis can't control the rebound. It goes to Shelby Cheney.
Ooh. Got some quick little handles there, Shelby does.
Tyson rolling wide open down low. Nice dish to Angel, who scores again. Inside of a minute to go in the game. Brad Beck from the baseline. Over Cheney for 2. 25 seconds to go. Seconds to go. Raiders content to win this one tonight by 15. And the healing process continues for this basketball program. 2 seconds to go, and that's going to do it. So the Raiders sweep the season series from Boardman as Warren Harding turns away the Spartans by a count of 61-46. There's a good friend of mine, Bobby Del Muti, in attendance tonight. Happy to see Warren Harding improve to 14-3 overall. The Raiders stay in first place in the Stimuli Conference with a 5-1 record. Boardman now at 500 this year at 8-8 overall. Their chances for an SBC championship are over with for this year. They slipped to 3-3 in the conference, which eliminates them from any chance of claiming the crown. And congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You had a nice third quarter. What was the mood of this team at halftime to get ready for the third quarter?
Well, in the first half, we felt that we weren't executing as well as we could, and we didn't really feel like we were in our rhythm. So in the second half, we picked up our intensity, picked up the flow of the game, liked the tempo, and we just played Raider basketball, and that's what we had to do.
Did you take it upon yourself? And I talked to Prescott earlier in the week, and he says everybody's kind of got to rely upon themselves, but it seemed like you took it upon yourself to get this team going.
Well, yeah, I felt disappointed in the last couple of games that I played, so I felt like I needed to step my game up to help my team out because I am a senior. I'm a leader on the team, and I need to step up and make the plays that we need to win basketball games.
You know, is this what this team is capable of doing in the third and fourth quarter? Is this the way you were playing early in the season?
Oh, of course, yeah. This team is capable of a lot of things. I mean, sometimes we get down on ourselves when we're not doing too well. We have to always keep our heads up and keep going. Even the tragedy of Coach Buba, that kind of set us back a little bit, but we just have to keep our heads up and keep going for our goals.
Well, good luck the rest of the season. Have a nice tournament run as well.
Thank you.
That's our player of the game, Ethan Banks. We'll bring Craig back in one more time. We had mentioned Prescott Burgess, 14 points.
You know, spending any time on is we have a freshman that